The Julio Foolio trial has started, and the five cockroaches who murdered Julio Foolio, they're cooked. Right? Absolutely cooked. Now, five cockroaches has been accused of murdering Julio Foolio. However, only one cockroach is currently on trial, and that's the only female of the group. Now, the reason why she's going at trial separately is because her defense is a little different than the others. Their defense is, we ain't do it, right? These white folks is lying on us. The white man want to hold us. We ain't do it. I don't know what they're talking about. Her defense, though, is, well, I was there when it happened, right? They definitely murdered Julio Foolio, but I know what was going on. I was a bystander. Me and my boyfriend had a vacation booked, and he did a drill while we were on vacation. I don't know what took place. I don't know what happened. I'm innocent. Her name is Alicia Andrews. Now, Alicia Andrews was dating one of the other cockroaches. Okay. Now, that other cockroach, he's a rapper and he's really close with Young and Ace and them. But his role in this, he was not one of the shooters. No. Apparently, him and Alicia is being accused of running surveillance for the shooters. They were the ones who went around looking for Julio Foolio. Once they found Julio Foolio, because Foolio was posting his location all night, they got to the club that Julio Foolio was at, and they followed him all night. And as they was following Foolio, they was communicating with the shooter, calling him. Now, when they were communicating, they was using Alicia Andrews' phone to call the killers and let them know, hey, Foolio here, Foolio there. Her boyfriend is the cockroach on the left named Isaiah Chance. Now, Isaiah Chance is a wannabe rapper, thirsty for some clout and fame. Now, the other dudes, the shooters, because the shooters were Sean Gothright and then Davion and his brother, right? So they were the shooters. Now, they had personal beef with Julio Foolio, right? The brothers who killed Julio Foolio, they had personal beef, right? Julio Foolio was accused of going to their brother grave and pissing on it. Julio Foolio like took their brother killer when he got out of jail. Like, bro, he took him all across the country, brought him to a no jumper interview, gave him clout. So they got personal beef with Julio Foolio. Sean Gothright and Isaiah Chance, for the most part, for lack of better words, they D-Rodders, all right? They were D-Rodding the Zach, all right? Trying to get in where they fit in. So they committed a body on someone they don't know, had no beef with for the most part, all right, because they wanted to fit in. The prosecutors had so much evidence they wanted to introduce, so much overwhelming things they wanted to talk about, that the prosecutors' opening statements ended up being 2 hours long. 2 hours long. Now, one of the things that surprised me during the opening statement, because a lot of us thought Julio Foolio got murdered because he's dropped his location during his birthday. That's why he was killed. That they was in Jacksonville minding their business. They looked on social media. Julio Foolio was posting about his birthday. He dropped his location. They hopped in the car and drove to locate Julio Foolio. Come to find out, that's not the case. That's not what happened. This was in action days before.
Charles Jones. You've heard his name in the indictment. That's his face. Just a few seconds of the mountain of evidence that you will see in this case of what happened that night. Evidence that will show you clearly that these co-conspirators hatched this murderous plot not minutes, not hours, but days before this, formulating in their hearts and minds this agreed upon, collective, and confederated plan with one common agreed upon goal: death, violence, and murder. A conspiracy motivated and hatched days before, hundreds of miles away from Tampa. A conspiracy that would span through those days and over 500 miles of travel.
I know that Julio Foolio posted a flyer letting people know he was going to be hosting a party in Tampa for his birthday weekend. So my best guess is they located or seen that flyer. They knew he was going to be in Tampa. They went to Tampa, booked the Airbnb, and their plans was, hey, we're going to stalk him tonight, right? We're going to try to locate him. We're going to watch his story, see where he's at, and try to coordinate this hit. That right there is what I believe took place. Now, Alicia Andrews is saying, hey, listen, They planned it for days beforehand, but I had no idea about this plan, right? Isaiah Chance is my boyfriend. Now, as far as I knew, we were booking a Airbnb to hang out for the weekend. I had no idea that when we're gonna go hang out for the weekend or go to this vacation, I had no idea that I was gonna be a part of this murder plot. I had no idea that my boyfriend was stalking or surveilling Julio Foolio. I was just going along for the ride with him.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, there was no evidence whatsoever that Alicia Andrews killed Charles Jones. No evidence whatsoever that Alicia Andrews wanted Charles Jones dead. No evidence whatsoever that Alicia Andrews did anything to help that group of men kill Charles Jones. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you're not just here to deliver a verdict. You are here to right a wrong.
I don't know if he's a public defender or a paid attorney. Now, he did bring the energy up. I'll give him that, right? Because the prosecutors were pretty nonchalant, indifferent. He brought the energy up. But I don't think I've seen anyone start off an opening statement sitting down screaming at the court or at the jury without the mic near him. But that's how he chose to start it off.
Alicia Andrews was on a weekend trip with her boyfriend with only one agenda: to be with her boyfriend. 2, Alicia Andrews is not in a gang. 3, with the exception of her boyfriend, Alicia Andrews did not know any of those men in that group, and none of those men in that group knew Alicia Andrews. As a matter of fact, if there was some conspiracy, Alicia Andrews was not in the loop because she was not in the group. 4, Alicia Andrews is not a part of the drill rap culture, nor the drill rap scene. 5, Alicia Andrews did not have any physical evidence on any weapon displayed by the state. You would not find DNA, fingerprints, no physical evidence whatsoever linking Alicia Andrews to this case.
I'm always a big fan of the defensive, which is, hey, bro, I'm guilty, but I ain't that guilty. I did it, but I ain't do it like that, bro. Like, y'all added extras on it. I'm a fan of those defenses, bro, right? Because usually I appreciate honesty in a lot of these things, all right? Like, for example, Nipsey Hussle's killer, he tried to do the exact same defense. He said, listen, I killed Nipsey Hussle. I did it. Y'all got me, all right? But I ain't do it how y'all say I did it, bro. Like, I ain't some type of super premature, premeditated killer. Nah, bro, I went to talk to Nipsey Hussle. He called me a rat, and I committed a murder out of crime and passion. He tried to plead to crime and passion. He tried to get that. Because crime and passion is 15 years. And if you admit you committed a murder, but you did it because it was a crime of passion, because Nipsey Hussle called you something that antagonized you, and you are a street dude, so hence you're this Neanderthal who you think like a primate, and he called you this, so you just had to act like an animal. He tried it, it didn't work, because one of Nipsey Hussle's homie, they testify, Nipsey did not call him no snitch. They had a friendly conversation. He went and came back and killed Nipsey Hussle. So hence it's premeditated. It cannot be a crime of passion. This case, she's saying, listen, y'all got me, okay? My boyfriend lying, the co-defendant's lying, the killer's lying. They were there. They killed Julio Foolio. However, I didn't know they were going to do it, right? I was there when they linked up. I was there when they called each other. He even used my phone to call one of the killers. However, I did not know what was going on. I was on a weekend vacation with my boyfriend in Tampa, right? We booked an Airbnb. I was in love. And he just drove me around as he committed, this murder. But I had no idea. Now, listen, a lot of y'all may think this is come on, chick. Cut it out, bro. You were a full participant. But can I say it with an absolute certainty that a jury won't give this any action. I can't, bro. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. I've seen stranger things happen. Like, come on, Hernandez Govain, young Dolph alleged killer. He beat the case. And his defense was, hey, I know everybody around me wanted young Dolph dead, right? I know Big Jug was over my crib and and like one of the killers came over and the killer is claiming that at that meeting we put the bounty on young Dolph's head. But listen, he lying. I don't know what happened. Right? Y'all have no physical evidence I did this. I don't know what happened. And he beat it. So she may have some action at this.
She says how many rooms? She says 2. Now, there's some assumption on Mr. or Detective Ramos' side that because Alicia Andrews asked for 2 rooms for this romantic getaway, as he claims it to be, was some indication that she intended for this other group of guys to come to the Airbnb with them. In reality, Miss Andrews and Isaiah Chance were kind of on the outs. Didn't know if they were going to be on the in or the outs. So they got 2 rooms, bigger, more comfortable, some space for this trip that was to be a trip of reckoning and maybe reconciliation. Ultimately, though, Alicia Andrews and the friend or follower does not book the Airbnb. Somebody else does. Alicia Andrews did not know that somebody else books the Airbnb. She was out of the loop. Nonetheless, Airbnb booked on the way to Tampa. Isaiah Chance, and you saw the video, before he picks up Alicia Andrews, stops by Sean Gaithwright's house, where he packs up all of these bags. Alicia Andrews never sees what goes into the Impala. She's not a part of that packing process. Not in the loop. Isaiah Chance goes and then picks up Miss Andrews, brings her back to where they pack the bags, and then they head down to Tampa.
When they got to Tampa, the police have a full surveillance on how she earned herself a murder charge. When they got to Tampa, they went to the McDonald's. Now, at the McDonald's, they have footage of Isaiah Chance and her. At the McDonald's, she didn't have on a mask. So the investigators and the detectives believe fully that she knew what was going on because she didn't have a mask at McDonald's. But when they were surveillance, Julio, Foolio later that night, when they was going to the club where Foolio was at, looking for him, she had on a mask. When they was following Foolio, she had on a mask the entire time.
In the interrogation room, Detective Ramos tells Alicia Andrews that she must not be wearing a mask at the clubs to conceal, she must be wearing the masks at the club to conceal her identity because she's not wearing the mask at the McDonald's. But the reality is, Alicia Andrews thought that it was just going to be her and her boyfriend.
I'm not Bobo the Fool. You not Bobo the Fool. You know why she had on that mask, bruh. She had on that mask to conceal her identity. She knew what was going on. Because if Foolio would have seen her, he would have knew, okay, they got to drop on me. And he not lacking, right? He getting straight to it. She knew what she was doing. Now, her defense team, they came with a strategy. Now, they had an explanation for why she had on a mask just for when they was following Foolio, but ain't have the mask at McDonald's or anywhere else. He says the reason why was because her boyfriend told her, hey, we about to go out to eat. But instead, they linked up with Davion, which is one of the shooters in this case. And when they linked up with Davion hopped in the driver's seat. Chance hopped in the passenger. She was in the back. And she was too shy to tell him, man, stop smoking, stop doing this, because Davion took over the entire scene. Like, he came, hopping the wheel, driving like it's his, moving like it's his, smoking. And she says when she got around other people like Davion, she became shy, so she put on a mask. And when they went to the club, she was shy, so she put on a mask because it was no longer just her and her boyfriend, it was other people around. That's why she had on a mask. I'm not buying that, not one bit. Now, as the story progressed, it gets to, okay, cool. Why was your phone used to locate the killers? They have another creative explanation for that. Hey, Isaiah Chance was on the phone. We don't know what they was talking about with the killers. We don't know what they said with the killers, okay? But whatever Isaiah Chance told the killers, she couldn't decipher it. She didn't know what was going on, all right? Because she couldn't really make out what they was talking about. And y'all don't even know if Isaiah Chance was talking to the killers or if the killers was talking to him.
No reason to wear the health mask, the medical mask then. She didn't know that Davion Murphy was going to bum rush the ride and take control of the driver's seat, let alone did she expect Isaiah Chance to let him do so. So she's caught without her mask unexpectedly. Davion's in the video, you see him smoking and puffing, and Alicia wants to say something, but she can't. Because she's afraid to say something to this guy who just bogarted the cruise, made her man get in the back seat, and took over. She won't say anything. Not because she was trying to hide herself. She didn't say anything because she was scared. Not because she wanted the guy to smoke in her face, because she was scared. They get back to the Airbnb, and a few hours later, they head out again. Go to Club Teasers. Now they're in the cruise again, and Isaiah Chance is driving. Now the state asserts that because Isaiah Chance is driving and Alicia Andrews is right next to him while Isaiah Chance is on her phone, Alicia must have heard everything Isaiah said. They got that from Juan Ramos. But that's a bad assumption. Because there's...
Objection to that comment, Your Honor. It's improper.
Anyway, again, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this are just the opening statements. The attorneys are telling you what they believe the evidence will be. That's all that it is, their belief. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Malcolm.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's a bad assumption. Because there's no way of knowing. Although the cell phone data shows that that line was open and there was communication between the two phones, there's no way of knowing whether Isaiah Chance was the talker or the listener. And even if Isaiah Chance was the talker, there's no way to know whether he was using explicit language that Alicia Andrews could understand. So, when in the interrogation room, Detective Ramos asks Alicia Andrews what Isaiah Chance was saying, and she says, I don't know. It was the truth. She didn't know. And there is no evidence whatsoever to the contrary.
I'm not buying it, not one bit, all right? But I can't tell you a jury won't buy it. Understand, if she was in the car with the actual killers and shooters, the people who hopped out and shot and killed Julio Foolio, there's really no explanation. Rather, you had any hand in it. If you was in the car with the killers, you are also a murderer, right? Like that's just the law, right? If you was in that vehicle, you had a hand in that murder, you're being charged. But she was on the other team, supposedly, right? She was on a team with her boyfriend where they was on surveillance watch. So if she's saying, hey, I was just in the car with my boyfriend, he's the one who called the killers and let them know Julio Foolio dropped. He's the one, not me. I don't know what's going on. Then that's like a different story, right? Like that right there, I don't know. Would a jury convict her of first-degree murder if the police can't really prove that she knew for a fact? She does have a steep hill to climb trying to explain why she was with her boyfriend, mask on, following Foolio around the entire night. She got that to explain, but I don't know, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think about this? Do y'all believe what's going on? Do y'all believe that she did it? Do y'all believe she's guilty? Or do y'all believe her story, man? She was just on a weekend getaway with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend got her in a world of trouble and didn't let her know what was going on. Let me know in the comment section, okay? All right, and if you're still watching this video, click on this video right here somewhere on my screen. Here, or here on my screen. To find out how Finesse Two Time just got exposed badly, click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. Also, if you want to work with Flacco, I can't pay you right now, but I could offer exposure and to help you grow your own platform. I need journalists, I need aspiring journalists and media personalities who want to help me break news, all right, on my Instagram page. So if you want to get it, because I got a lot of replies, you have to go to my Instagram, look at my format, watch how I edit my post, and send me a mock edit, right? DM me on Instagram a mock edit of that's in my format. And if you are able to do it well, I will respond back and we can start working, okay? But I need people who want to break news, who are ethical, who really want to make this the biggest news network ever. I'm trying to take over ESPN, CNN, Fox News. I want to be the biggest news network. And I believe this community, we can be that if we all come together and help break news, all right? Because we all got eyes all over the place. So let me know what you want to do, all right? And tap in with me. Also, okay, if you need help with your YouTube channel, I'm your guy, okay? I've been helping people make $10,000 a month on YouTube. So if you want to be the next person, I have a step-by-step tutorial on how to make $10,000 a month on YouTube and how to grow your first 10,000 subscribers within 3 months, okay? Link is in the description, as well as one-on-one consultation if you want it, or you can sign up to win a free consultation with me. The link is also in the description. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.